Today, we are going to explore a form of life that just completely rewrites the rules of biology. We're going to peel back the layers of a creature that doesn't just survive in the harshest environment you can imagine, it was literally born from it. So, what if the silent void of space wasn't silent at all? I want you to imagine a creature that doesn't hear sound, but instead it perceives the entire electromagnetic spectrum as this deafening symphony. From the deep bass hum of cosmic background radiation to the absolute shriek of distant gamma ray bursts. This is the big question, right? This is the fundamental challenge we're going to get into today. And we're going to do it by following a day in the life of a truly alien creature, just to understand how it deals with the absolute extremes of existence. Okay, so let's meet Zir. We find it on asteroid 489 Gia, which is just this desolate rock tumbling through the black. And here, life didn't just adapt to the void, it was born from it. We're talking about an evolutionary line starting from ancient microbes that literally fed on radioactive decay deep beneath the asteroid's surface. To really get your head around Zir, you have to throw out pretty much everything you think you know about life. I mean, look at this. Compared to the fragile water-based chemistry we all know, Zir is built from stone and metal. It thrives in zero pressure, and it just bathes in radiation that would shred our DNA, all thanks to its incredible carapace. This isn't just adaptation, you guys. It's a complete reimagination of what biology can even do.
So what is Zir actually made of? How is it physically built to withstand the void? Let's break down its unique anatomy.
Okay, so picture this. Zir is about the size of a car, kind of shaped like a flattened trilobite, and it's protected by that super tough outer shell. But what's truly mind-blowing is its internal chemistry. Its blood is this biological ionic liquid. You can think of it like an organic salt solution that has zero vapor pressure. Now what that means is, even if Zir's shell got cracked wide open, its blood wouldn't boil away into space. It's just a genius evolutionary solution that completely sidesteps one of life's supposed requirements, keeping your water contained. Right, so when you're the size of a car and you live in microgravity, you can't exactly walk around. One wrong step and you launch yourself into the void forever. So how does Zir move? Well, it uses this incredibly clever method to both travel and feed on the very asteroid it calls home. And this whole process is just astonishingly efficient. First, Zir fires these molecule-thin carbon-graphene threads to anchor itself to the rock. Then, it secretes one of the most corrosive acids known to science, just dissolving the rock right underneath it. And finally, it absorbs raw metals like iron and uranium directly into its body. It literally eats its world to build itself. Now let's talk about the single greatest threat in Zir's entire existence. See, the asteroid is constantly tumbling through space, and this creates a violent temperature swing right at the Terminator Line. That's the boundary between night and day. In the dark, with no atmosphere to hold any heat, the temperature just plummets. We're talking 30 degrees above absolute zero. At this temperature, Zir's body goes into this crystalline hibernation, its metabolism slowing down to a near complete stop. But the moment the sun hits, with nothing to buffer it, the surface just instantly cooks. The temperature skyrockets to well above the boiling point of water. So you have a 369 degrees Celsius swing in a matter of minutes? How does Zir possibly survive a thermal shock that would vaporize any life from Earth in a heartbeat? Well, it's evolved a pretty spectacular defense mechanism. And here's the crucial part. The sun is both a lethal threat and its main source of energy. So as the sun beats down, Zir unfurls these enormous wing-like sails. It pumps its superheated blood through them, radiating all that deadly heat away as infrared light, while at the same time, specialized cells in those very same sails are absorbing the high-energy radiation to recharge its body. Now, you might think that life in a vacuum is a lonely affair, but Zir is actually part of a vast and ancient society. They communicate in a truly alien way. Instead of using words, they transmit pure data. They have these special piezoelectric crystals in their shells. They work a bit like tiny radio transmitters, and they use them to broadcast their location, where to find resources, and really complex celestial mechanics. It creates this silent asteroid-wide hive mind, a collective consciousness built not on philosophy, but on the pure logic of survival and cosmic observation. I mean, with a perfect atmosphere-free view of the cosmos, they've become a civilization of natural-born astronomers. They collectively map out the entire solar system, tracking every single object with mathematical precision, just existing in the state of deep philosophical contemplation of the universe. But that silent contemplation is fragile, because the peace of the void, it's just an illusion. With no atmosphere to burn up incoming debris, space is a literal shooting gallery where even a tiny grain of sand becomes a deadly weapon. A warning flashes across the network, but before Zer can fully react, bam, a direct hit cracks its shell. But its body responds with this incredible mechanical efficiency. Specialized cells just rush to the crack, they rupture, and they mix a two-part biological epoxy that flash freezes in the vacuum, sealing the breach hermetically in seconds. It's just a remarkable display of resilience. So now we come to it, the ultimate purpose of Zyr's incredibly long existence. After thousands of years of survival, what is it all for? Well, it's for ensuring the continuation of its species across the cosmos. After millennia of just absorbing solar energy and consuming tons and tons of rock, Zyr has finally accumulated enough power and mass to perform its final and most important act. This isn't reproduction as we know it. No, Zyr has a biological mass driver. We're talking an organic railgun built right into its body. It's a breathtaking feat of biological engineering designed for one thing and one thing only: interplanetary propagation. Zaya diverts every last bit of its stored energy into one single massive discharge. It fires a hardened spore, basically a biological spacecraft, at over 2 kilometers per second, and it's aimed perfectly to use a nearby gas giant for a gravitational slingshot, which will then fling it out toward new worlds. And across the asteroid, thousands of others are doing the exact same thing, launching this silent volley of life into the void. Their energy spent, they just settle back into their long, slow existence, having fulfilled their ultimate purpose: to seed the stars. Zyr's story is really a testament to the sheer stubbornness of biology. It proves that life doesn't just find a way, it can engineer its own way through the most impossible conditions. And that really leaves us to wonder, what else might be out there, thriving in places where we believe nothing can?
Please like and subscribe.